what we call them? We call them as parameters along x-axis. Sorry, parameters in projectile motion. Parameters in projectile motion. Okay. So first of all, I will calculate time of flight. Time of flight. Okay. So what is meant by time of flight? Time of flight means what? Time of flight and total time taken to ascent to descent. So total time for which a body is in air, that is called as time of flight. Clear, Nama? So for example, if I throw a body from here with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta, then it travels like this and reaches the ground, Nama. So the time for which the body is present in air, or time taken for total motion, that is called as time of flight. Clear, no? And the time of flight I can divide into two parts. What is that? So time taken to travel from here to here, I can call it as time of ascent, and time taken from here to here, I can call it as time of descent. Clear, no? So ascent means what? It is moving in upwards direction, no? Ascending order. Now from here it is coming to downwards direction, descending order. So time of ascent, time of descent. Actually we should not call it as time of ascent and descent. Time of ascent and descent we use only in vertical motion. This is two-dimensional motion, no? Just for your understanding I am saying like this. Clear, no? So what is meant by total time of flight? The time for which body remains in air. Body remains in air is called as time of flight. Clear, Nama? So therefore, capital T, I represent a time of flight, is equals to time of ascent plus time of descent. Clear, Nama? And in the case of projectile motion, one point which you should always remember is time of ascent and time of descent, always they will be equal. Clear, Nama? For example, if body takes 2 seconds to travel from here to maximum height, then from maximum height again to reach the ground also it will take 2 seconds only. This is understandable, no? పైకి విసినారు అనుకోండి స్టోన్ పోయేటప్పుడు 10 నిమిషాలు వచ్చేటప్పుడు 1 సెకండ్లో వచ్చేది కదా. సో ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ 10 minutes to move upwards, 10 minutes to come downwards also. Clear, Nama? So time of ascent and time of descent both will be always same. So therefore if I can find any one of them, then you add both of them, then you will get the total time of flight. Understood, Nama? So which equation shall I use? I will try to calculate time of descent. Okay, ma? Time of descent. What is meant by time of descent? Time taken to travel from maximum height to ground. That is called as time of descent. So which equation I will use? I will use any one of these equations, ma? Clear? I will try to use this equation. V is equals to u plus at. So V is equals to u plus at if I am using, then it means that I am trying to do equation along x-axis, or I am trying to do equation along y-axis. Along y-axis only, no? Because these are the equations along y-axis only. Clear? Okay. So therefore, I will take the relation V is equals to u plus at. Okay, no? So if I am using this relation, immediately you should remember that we are doing motion along x-axis. We are trying to take motion along y-axis. I said x-axis, y-axis. So therefore, how I can write time of descent I am calculating, Amma. Instead of time of descent, I will calculate time of ascent, Amma. That is better. Time of ascent. Because in time of ascent only, Vy, this equation how I can write? I can write Vy is equals to uy minus gt. I can write like this, no? Because this is motion only along y-axis. Vy, final velocity along y-axis. Uy, initial velocity along y-axis. A minus g, time is time only. Clear, Nama? Okay. Now what is meant by time of ascent? Time of ascent means time taken by the body to travel from ground to maximum height. That is called as time of ascent, Nama? Clear? So therefore, at maximum height, at h max, What is meant by h max? This height is nothing but h max, maximum height. Okay, ma'am? So at h max, what is the velocity along y-axis? 0. Body does not have. Namaskaram, Vinali. చెప్పేటప్పుడు కేర్ఫుల్గా వినాలి. Okay, ma? At h max, final velocity along y-axis will become 0. That's what we studied, no ma? Velocity along x-axis is always a constant, but velocity along y-axis, it is continuously changing. So it will become 0 at what height? It will become 0 at maximum height. So therefore, at maximum height, can I write Vy is 0? Velocity along y-axis is 0, no ma, here. Vy is equal to 0. Okay. Now what is Uy? Initial velocity along y-axis. What is the initial velocity along y-axis? U sin theta. Clear, ma? So this velocity U, always I have split this one into two components, no? So this is U cos theta and this is U sin theta. Are you able to understand, ma? What is U sin theta? This is nothing but Uy, initial velocity along y-axis. Clear? So therefore, Vy is 0. Uy, initial velocity along y-axis is U sin theta minus g time. Time I can write it as time of ascent. Clear, no, ma? So therefore, minus u sin theta is equals to minus g into time of ascent. So minus will get cancelled. So therefore, time of ascent is equals to u sin theta divided by g. So this is the equation to calculate time of ascent, no? Clear, no, ma? So if time of ascent is u sin theta by g, time of descent also u sin theta by g only, because both of them, they are equal. Clear, no, ma? So therefore, what is the total time of flight? Time of flight is time of ascent plus time of descent. Okay, or you can call it as 2 times of time of ascent, or you can call it as 2 times of time of descent, because both of them, they are equal. Clear, no? And what is time of ascent? U sin theta by g. So it is 2u sin theta divided by g. So this is my equation to calculate time of flight. Understood, no, ma, how we have calculated time of flight? So 2u sin theta divided by g. Clear? Come on, make a note up to here. Projectile. Clear? So what is meant by h max? Clear, ma? So when I throw with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta, so this body traces a parabolic path, no, ma? So this maximum height reached by the projectile is called as h max. Clear? So how can I calculate h max? Clear, ma? So let us use the relation. You can do in 2 methods also, ma. You can use s is equal to ut plus half at square, or you can use v square minus u square is equal to 2s. Both equations we can use, but here we will write any one of them. So I will use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay, ma? See, ma, h max is the distance along y-axis, no? This is what? Distance along y-axis or x-axis? Y-axis, no? It means you must use the equations of y-axis only. And I am using s is equal to ut plus half at square. Clear, no, ma? S means what? Displacement. We are studying about h max only, no, ma? So therefore, instead of displacement, I will write h max. Clear, no? Initial velocity along y-axis. Now this is the equation along y-axis, no? So you should take initial velocity only along y-axis only. Okay, so total velocity, I can always split into 2 components, no? So this is u cos theta and this one is u sin theta. So which velocity shall I take, u cos theta or u sin theta? U sin theta. Why I have to take u sin theta? Because this is the velocity along y-axis, no? And I am taking equation of y-axis only. So therefore, initial velocity u sin theta plus u sin theta or minus u sin theta? Plus u. Why plus u? Because it is thrown from here, no, ma? This is my reference. Sign conventions we are discussing now. This is the reference. From the reference, u sin theta is above the reference, no? So positive plus u sin theta. Clear, ma? And what is the time taken to travel from here to here? Time taken is how much? Time of ascent. Time taken from here to reach maximum height, time of ascent only, no? Time of ascent formula? U sin theta by g. So u sin theta divided by g. Clear, no, ma? Minus half, instead of a I will write g. Time is again u sin theta by g also. Understood, no, ma, how we are doing? Just we are substituting the equations, that's all. We are not doing anything. We are using the sign conventions and we are substituting all the required equations. So therefore, h max is equals to how much? U square sin square theta divided by g minus, clear ma? So u square sin square theta divided by 2g. So here g square and g will get cancelled now. This is what I will get. Clear? So u square sin square theta by g, if I take common, then I am left with 1 minus 1 by 2 now. Here I will have 1, here I will have 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2? 1 by 2. So therefore, what is the equation for h max? So therefore, h max is equals to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. So this is my equation for maximum height reached by the projectile. Have you understood? That's it. Make a note up to here. Ma. You can use this relation also. Ma. You can use v square minus u square is equals to 2as also. By this also you can do the calculation. How I can use? See ma, this is equation along y-axis, no? This is equation along y-axis. So vy is how much? 0. At maximum height, final velocity will become 0, no? Velocity along y-axis will become 0. So 0 square minus, what is the initial velocity along y-axis? U sin theta. So u sin theta whole square. Clear no ma? 2 into instead of a minus g. Instead of s, h max. Clear no? So directly I got the equation. No? So therefore h max is equal to how much? Minus minus, if you get cancelled, then it is u square sin square theta divided by 2g. So this is my equation. Clear no? So either you can use this method or this method. Clear? That's it. So the maximum horizontal distance, covered by projectile is called range of the projectile. Okay, ma? So if I throw a body at an angle of other than 90 degrees, then always projectile traces a parabolic path, nama. Clear no? Then in that process, it will reach particular maximum height also. Similarly, it will reach certain horizontal distance also. So that horizontal distance covered by the projectile is nothing but range of the projectile. Clear na? What is the meaning of this one? Let us see. For example, if I throw a body like this with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta, then what happens? This body travels like this and it touches the ground somewhere here, no ma? Clear no? If I throw a body at an angle other than 90 degrees, then definitely it will travel to some h max, maximum height covered by the projectile, and it will cover some horizontal distance also. Okay ba? So this horizontal distance covered by the projectile is called as range of the projectile. So distance from this position to this position, this total horizontal distance we can call it as range of the projectile. Are you able to understand now? Okay. Now the question is, how can I calculate range of this projectile? So we have calculated equations for time of flight, no ma? What is time of flight? So the total time for which body remains to be in air, that is called time of flight. Clear, no ma? Then we have calculated equation for h max also, maximum height reached by the projectile. Similarly, now I want to calculate range of the projectile. Now anybody, can you say, how can I calculate range of the projectile? Range, how can I calculate? Can you say, anybody? Displacement is equals to velocity into time. So you want to use that relation. Okay, let us see. So she wants to use the relation displacement is equal to velocity into time. Okay. So why you are using this relation, ma? Why can't I use v is equals to u plus at? Why can't you use s is equal to ut plus half at square? Why? 2u sin theta by g, that is the formula for time of flight. Now my question is, she said that we have to use the relation displacement is equal to velocity into time for calculating range. That's what she said. No? My question is, why I have to use this relation? Why can't I use s is equal to ut plus half at square? Huh? Acceleration is not there. Why? It is an accelerated motion only, no? Along horizontal distance, velocity is not changing. Already we discussed in projectile motion. Projectile motion, always you have to consider a combination of two motions. Motion along y-axis, motion along x-axis. Along y-axis, velocity is always a variable. Along y-axis, velocity is always a variable. It continuously changes. But along x-axis, velocity never changes. And horizontal displacement is nothing but range, horizontal distance, velocity never changes. Velocity never changes means it is what kind of motion? Uniform motion. And for uniform motion, how many equations we have? Only one equation, displacement is equal to velocity into time. That is why we are using this relation. Because along x-axis, velocity never changes. That's what we discussed. Okay. Now if you see here, this is the initial velocity with which I have thrown this body. This initial velocity u, I will split into two components. So this is angle theta. So this is u cos theta and this is u sin theta. That's all. Horizontal component of velocity is u cos theta. Vertical component of velocity is u sin theta. Okay. Now displacement means I can write r. Displacement means I can write range. Displacement is nothing but distance. Range is also distance only. So I am writing r. Now instead of v, what can I write? U cos theta I have to write. Why? Because I am taking distance along x-axis. I want velocity along x-axis. What is the velocity along x-axis? U cos theta. So u cos theta multiplied by time. Time means how much time shall I take? Time of flight. Because, Sima. So when I throw the body from here, to travel from here to here, body will take how much time? It will take a time of flight only. No, Zakiya, sunna bolte jabo. Writing you should do afterwards. First listen very carefully. Clear, ma? So when I throw body from here, it will travel from here to here in a time of capital T, which is called time of flight. So by the time body traveled in this path, it has traveled at this much horizontal distance, no? So therefore, what is the total time taken to cover this distance? Nothing but time of flight. And what is the formula for time of flight? 2u sin theta divided by g. So this is the formula for time of flight. Understood, no? So therefore, r can be written as u into u square. So 2u square sin theta into cos theta divided by g. So this is the equation for range I got, no? So r is equals to 2u square sin theta cos theta divided by g. Clear, no? And we have one equation of trigonometry. According to trigonometry, what I can write is, I can write sin square 2 sin theta cos theta. 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta also. Are you able to understand, ma? So 2 sin theta cos theta can be written as sin 2 theta also. So here I have 2 sin theta cos theta, nama. Instead of that, what I can write? I can write sin 2 theta. So therefore, what is my equation for range? R is equals to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. So this is my equation for range of the projectile. Are you able to understand, ma? So u square sin 2 theta divided by g. This becomes my equation for range of the projectile. What is the equation for time of flight? 2u sin theta divided by g. What is the equation for h max? H max is equals to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. And this is the equation for range of the projectile. Clear, ma? Come on, make a note up to here. Clear, ma? So what is the equation for range which we have calculated? The equation for range which we have calculated is r is equals to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Clear, ma? This is the equation for range which we have calculated. Now for the same initial velocity and for same planet, if planet remains the same, g value remains same, no? For same initial velocity and for the same planet, if I want the range to be maximum, I want range to be maximum. It means if I throw the body, then I want the body to travel maximum horizontal distance. Then what I have to do? Em cheyali? ఎక్కువ అంటే 90 degrees ఇస్తుందామా? If I throw body at 90 degrees, range will become 0. Because if it goes at 90 degrees, then it will again reach your hand only, no? Then what will be the range? 0. Horizontal range is 0, no? Horizontal distance will become 0. greater than 90. See ma, for range to be maximum, for range to be maximum, clear ma? For same initial velocity and for same g value we are doing no ma. So these two are what? These two are constants. Initial velocity is a constant, g value is also a constant. Namaskaram. Vinal. Clear ma? U is also a constant, g is also a constant. Then what is the variable here? Sin 2 theta is a variable nama. It means if you change the angle of projection, if you are changing the angle at which you are throwing the body, then range also will change. If theta changes, range changes, no? Because theta is present in the equation also. Are you able to understand? So for range to be maximum, for same initial velocity, for same initial velocity and for same planet also, sin 2 theta should be maximum. Okay ma? Which one should be maximum? Sin 2 theta maximum ga undali, ante kada? Because u is a constant, initial velocity is a constant, g value is also a constant. Only if sin 2 theta is maximum, then range also will become maximum. That is understandable, no? Clear, no? For example, if I write x is equals to 2 into y, so x2 is equals to 2 into z. Okay? So in which condition out of x1 and x2, which one is maximum? Out of x1 and x2, which one is maximum? How can you say? So out of y and z, which is maximum, that value will be maximum. For example, if you take y value is 1, z value is 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. So definitely this one will be maximum. No? Same concept here also. So if sin 2 theta is maximum, then range will be maximum. Understood, Nama? And what is the maximum value of sin theta? Maximum value of sin theta is 1, that's all. Sin 90, 1. Sin 180, 0. Sin 270, minus 1. Sin 360, again 0. So wherever you see in total cycle of sin theta, maximum value of sin theta is 1 only. Even in cos theta also, maximum value of cos theta is 1 only. But if you take a tan theta, maximum of value of tan theta is infinite. Are you able to understand, ma? 1 minute. ఎవరూ లేరా మయాలు వస్తాను క్లియర్ సో అండర్స్టాండబుల్ నమా సో maximum value of sin theta possible is 1 and sin theta will become 1 for which angle? Sin 90 is 1 noma. Sin 90 value is 1. It means that 2 theta must be equal to 90, no? 2 theta must be equal to 90. So therefore theta is equal to how much? 45 degrees. So what is the meaning of 45 degrees? If I throw the body at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to horizontal, then range will be maximum. That is the condition. So that you should have used in your common sense also, no? Chinappudu emanna raallu visinara leda? So if you want to throw the stone to a maximum distance, what you will do? Automatically you will throw the stone at an angle of 45 degrees only. మీ మైండ్ మీకు చెప్తుంది అనమాట. మీకు విషయం లేకపోయినా బ్రెయిన్కి విషయం ఉంటుంది కొంచెం. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? So automatically you will throw the stone at an angle of 45 degrees. So if I throw the stone at an angle of 45 degrees, then range will be maximum. Understood, Nama? That's it. Okay? So therefore, what I say, range will be maximum in which condition? If body is thrown at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to horizontal. Understandable, Nama? So if you are throwing body at an angle of 45 degrees with respect to horizontal, then my range will be maximum. Fine? Similarly, we study about equation for H max. Equation for H max. Clear, no? Now, first of all, we will do one thing. First of all, we will write equation for R max. Equation we have not written, no? Sima. R will become R max in which condition? when u square sine 2 into 45 divided by g happens. That's all. No? Already we discussed that theta should be 45 degrees, no ma? So therefore here instead of theta what I have to write? 45. So 2 into 45, 90, sine 90 value 1. So therefore what is my equation for R max? My equation for R max is u square by g, because sine 90 value is 1. Clear, no ma? So this is my equation for maximum range covered by the projectile, or you can say maximum horizontal distance covered by the projectile. Fine, very simple, clear. So then I will write one equation for H max also. H max. What is meant by H max, ma? Maximum height covered by the projectile. Clear, na ma? For example, if you take this body and if you throw the body like this, then it will cover some H max, no ma? Maximum height covered by the projectile. So this height will become maximum in which condition? Let us see. Clear? So what is the equation for H max? So equation for H max is equals to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. This is the relation number. U square sine square theta divided by 2g. Okay. Now can you say this height will become maximum in which condition? Cheppandi chuddam. Now this height 90 degrees. How can you say it is 90? 90 అని ఎలా చెప్తారు? ఓహో, ఎందుకలా? Why is it like that? Why you are throwing the body at 90 degrees? That is my question. Then why I am not throwing at 60 and 60 దగ్గర ఎందుకు త్రో చేయకూడదు? Yes, Sima. See, we are calculating H max for same initial velocity. This should not change. If you change initial velocity, you can throw up to whatever height you want. Okay, ma? If you throw at a suitable velocity, you can throw the stone up to moon also. Moon పైన ఒక నిలబడి క్యాచ్ పట్టుకోవచ్చు మీరు వేసిన స్టోన్ని. Are you able to understand? So initial velocity I should not change. Planet also I should not change. Then what I can change? I can change only angle of projection. The angle at which I am throwing the body, that I can change. Are you able to understand, ma? So therefore what is the condition? So for H to become H max, for H to become H max, what is the condition? Sine square theta should be maximum. Okay, ma? Sine square theta should be maximum. Okay. So what is the maximum value of sine theta, ma? 1. So 1 square? 1 only. Okay. So therefore if I take a sine square theta, it is a sine theta whole square, or you can say maximum value is 1 square. So therefore definitely I can say sine 90 whole square is equal to 1 square. So therefore sine 90 is 1. So therefore theta is equal to 90 degrees. Understood, Dhamma? It means if I throw the body at what angle? If I throw the body at an angle of 90 degrees to the ground, then height will be maximum. It means I have to throw the body vertically upwards. Then maximum height will be covered by the particle. Understood, Dhamma? This is by common sense also. You can say if you throw the body like this at an angle of theta, then maximum height it cannot reach, no? But if you throw the body in vertical direction, definitely body will reach the maximum height. Understood, Nama? So therefore what you write here, what is the condition we have to write, ma? For H to be H max, we have to throw the body at an angle of 90 degrees to the ground. Clear, no? Equation sine theta whole square will become 1, no, ma? That's all, no? So therefore what is the equation for H max? So u square sine 90 whole square divided by 2g. That's all, no? So therefore it is u square divided by 2g. So this is my equation for maximum height reached by the projector. Fine? Okay. So then I will write a relation between, clear, ma? So relation between H and R. Okay, ma? Or you can say H max and R. So relation between maximum height reached by the projectile and range of the projectile. Clear, ma? So what is the equation for H max? H max is equals to u square sin square theta divided by 2g. Clear, ma? So for just for any angle also we call it as H max only. Clear? And this is which H max? This is the maximum height reached when angle is 90 degrees. Are you able to understand? So don't be confused. So for maximum height reached by the projectile also we call it as H max only. Clear, no? Okay. So therefore, clear, no? So the next topic which we are studying is range for theta and 90 minus theta. What is the meaning of this one? Let us see. So what is the equation of range which we have calculated? U square sine 2 theta divided by g, no? Clear, no? So this is the equation for range, in which condition? When I have thrown the body at an angle of theta with an initial velocity of u. Understood, no? When I throw the body at an angle of theta with respect to horizontal, then this is the range of the projectile. So body may travel like this, fall somewhere up to here. So this horizontal distance I can call it as range of the projectile. Now the question is, instead of throwing the body at an angle of theta, if I throw the body at an angle of 90 minus theta, then what will happen? Clear, no? See, for example, let us take, let theta is equals to 20 degrees. So at what angle I am throwing this body, ma? I am throwing this body at an angle of 20 degrees. So instead of 20 degrees, if I throw this body at an angle of 70 degrees, 70 degrees means it is 90 minus 20, no, ma? 70, how I got 90 minus 20? It is nothing but 90 minus theta. Okay. So if this angle is 20, then what will be 70 degrees? 70 degrees will be this angle, no, ma, approximately. Clear, no? So at this angle also I am throwing with same velocity. So velocity at an angle of 20 degrees is also u only. Velocity at an angle of 70 degrees, this is what angle? This angle is 90 minus theta. So if this is 20, this angle will become 90 minus 20, which is equal to 70 degrees. Are you able to understand? So if I throw either at 20 or at an angle of 90 minus 20, that is 70 degrees, my range remains to be same. Okay, ma? What remains to be same, ma? Range remains to be same. So for example, if I have thrown the body at an angle of 20 degrees, so let the range be 100 meters. Then with the same velocity, if I throw the body at 70 degrees, then also range will be 70 only. Sorry, range will be 100 meters only. Are you able to understand, no? So then how can I draw the diagram of this one? So this body may travel like this, and again it will reach the same position. Are you able to understand? So therefore in the first condition as well as the second condition, what is remaining same? Range is remaining same. Initial velocity is also same, but angles are different. One angle is theta, another angle is 90 minus theta. This is not only satisfied for 20 and 70, for any angle. For example, you take 90 minus 1, 89. It means if you throw body at an angle of 1 degree or 89 degree, range remains same. If you throw the body at 30 degree, 90 minus 30, 60. So 30 or 60, range remains same. Are you able to understand, ma? So we will prove that one mathematically. How can I prove this one mathematically? Practical gaane subakka chepta undadu. Adu chuddam. Let us see. Force, see, my initial velocity should remain same. Velocity same undali. Okay? Let us see. Theoretically, practically we will see here. So R is equals to, see, my u square sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta by g, no? Already we studied, no, ma? Sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. According to trigonometry, this relation we have. Now instead of theta, if I throw the body at an angle of 90 minus theta, okay, ma? So instead of theta, what I am doing, I am throwing the body at an angle of 90 minus theta. Then here instead of theta, what I have to write? 90 minus theta, no? Because I am throwing body at an angle of 90 minus theta. Similarly, here also at an angle, instead of theta, what I have to write? 90 minus theta. So substitute. So therefore, R is equals to u square multiplied by 2 into sine 90 minus theta. And instead of cos theta, I have to write cos 90 minus theta divided by g. Are you able to understand? Ma? Sin 90 minus theta, cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta, sin theta. So again formula remains to be same only. No? Are you able to understand? Ma? So therefore r is equals to u square multiplied by 2 into sin 90 minus theta is cos theta and cos 90 minus theta is sin theta divided by g. Clear? Ma? Now if you see this equation and this equation, both are same only. No? So it means again I got the same range. Again I got r is equals to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Clear? No? This is theoretical expression, and practically also you will get the same answer. If you throw the body at 10 degrees, 90 minus 10, 80 degrees. Clear? No? If you throw the body at 25 degrees, so 90 minus 25, entara 65 degrees, 65. If you throw the body at 15 degrees or 75 degrees, always range remains same. Clear? No? That's it. So therefore what I say, therefore I say that, write down this. Okay, ma? Therefore, for 10 degrees, 80 degrees, 15 degrees, 75 degrees, 20 degrees, 70 degrees. Like this, for any theta and 90 minus theta, range remains same. Range remains the same. Are you able to understand? No? So this is how nature is behaving. Okay? For either for theta or 90 minus theta, always you will have the same range. Fine, ma? That's it. Completed? Now what you do is you divide both of them. If you divide both of them, you will get a relation between H max and R, no? Okay? Come and try to derive and see what is the answer you will get. Try change. Check whether you get the same answer or not. Clear? So H max divided by R is equals to u square sin 2 theta sin squared theta can be written as sin theta into sin theta divided by 2g divided by range. Range can be written as u square into sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. So g and g, u square and u square, sin theta and sin theta will get cancelled. Clear, nama? Still anything? Nothing. So H max divided by R is equals to, so sin theta is present in the numerator and 2 2's are 4 cos theta is present in the denominator. So it is nothing but tan theta divided by 4. Clear, ma? If you cross multiply both of them, then you will get r tan theta is equal to 4h. So this is the relation which you will get, the relation between H max and R. Clear, no? So r tan theta is equals to 4h. Ratan char hai in Hindi. Clear, ma? Ratan, r tan theta. 4 char, h high. There are 4 ratans in the class. Ratan number 1, ratan number 2. Okay, ma'am. So the next concept which we are studying is velocity of projectile at any instant of time. Clear, ma'am? So what is meant by velocity of projectile at any instant of time? See, if I throw a projectile, velocity is not a constant, no? Velocity along x-axis is a constant, but velocity along y-axis is not a constant. Therefore, total velocity is also not a constant. Are you able to understand, ma'am? So consider Ashish Netiskuda. Clear, ma? Let us consider both their parents are earning members. Clear, ma? Both of them they are earning. Father is also earning, mother is also earning. Let us suppose. So mother is a government job holder. She is earning some 40 to 50 or 60,000 per month. So consider 50,000 she is earning every month. But father is not earning consistently. So first 15 days he is earning continuously increasing manner. First day he earned 2,000, next day he earned 10,000. So like this he is increasing, then he is decreasing also. So one income is constant, but another income is variable. Therefore total income also will be variable only, no? So like the same concept here also. Velocity along x-axis is a variable. Velocity along y-axis is not a, velocity along x-axis is a constant. Opposite face ela pettindu. So velocity along x-axis is a constant, but velocity along y-axis is not a constant. So therefore total velocity also will not be constant. That's all, Nama. So velocity will be continuously changing with respect to time. So for example, question can be given like this. My body is thrown with a velocity of 10 meter per second at an angle of 37 degrees. Then find the velocity after 2 seconds. Find the velocity of the body after 2 seconds. After 2 seconds, velocity will be definitely changed, Nama. Because even velocity along x-axis is not changing, but velocity along y-axis is changing. So total velocity also will change. Are you able to understand? So for that one, we have to write an equation. So see. So consider from here, I am throwing a body, x-axis, and this is y-axis. So let body be thrown with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta. Clear? Then what happens? Body will travel like this. It will trace a projectile path, parabolic path, and will reach the ground somewhere here. So initial velocity along x-axis u cos theta, initial velocity along y-axis u sin theta. Clear, Nama? But if you take velocities here, it will be having a different velocity, Nama. Clear, no? Or instead of taking velocity here, I will take here. So let us take velocity of the projectile here. Clear, Nama? If I take velocity of the projectile here, then here a small amount of Vy will be present. What is meant by Vy? Final velocity along y-axis. When compared to initial velocity along y-axis, final velocity here, definitely it will be lesser, no? Because when it is moving upwards, which velocity decreases? Vertical velocity decreases. When body is still in ascending motion, which velocity decreases, ma? Vertical velocity decreases. But what about horizontal velocity? It is always a constant. Clear, Nama? So this velocity is always u cos theta only. Okay. So therefore, how can I draw the diagram of this one? One velocity is Vy, another velocity is ux, which is also equal to Vx, and which is again equal to u cos theta. So are you able to understand this statement, ma? Vy is what? Final velocity along which direction? Y direction. This is definitely variable, no, ma? Velocity along y-axis is a variable, it always changes. So initially its velocity is very large, but when it reached here, velocity along y-axis is very small. But what about horizontal velocity? It is always a constant. Clear, no? Therefore, how can you draw the resultant velocity? Resultant velocity, I can use parallelogram rule of addition, no, ma? Parallelogram rule of addition I can use, no? So this becomes my resultant velocity, which is called as V. And where is that velocity? That velocity is exactly this velocity, no, ma? This velocity is called V, total velocity, or the net velocity of this projectile, V. Now my question is, how can you write this V value, final velocity, in terms of velocity along y-axis and in terms of velocity along x-axis? In terms of these two velocities, how can you write V? V is equals to square root of Vx square plus Vy square. That's all, Nama. Why you are writing like this? Because this is a right angle triangle, no? According to parallelogram rule of addition, if this is Vy, this is also Vy. Idi Vy aithe idi kuda Vy avutundi kada. And this is what kind of triangle? Right angle triangle. Here angle is 90 degrees. Clear, Nama? Then if I use Pythagoras theorem, V is equal to square root of Vx square plus Vy square. Okay. Now Vx value we know already. Vx, Ux both are equal. Clear, Nama? So therefore Vx is how much? U cos theta. So one equation I got without any calculation. Now Vy value how can I calculate? Vy how can I calculate? What is Vy? Final velocity along y-axis. After how much time? After a time of t seconds. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, anything. Clear, Nama? So I will try to derive equation of Vy. Okay, ma? Vy means velocity along which axis? Y-axis. Along y-axis, this is what kind of motion? Non-linear motion, non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion means which equations I have to use? B is equals to u plus at, S is equal to ut plus half at square. You can use v square minus u square is equals to 2as. You can use Sn is equals to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. Out of them, any one equation you can use. Okay, ma? So either you can use this relation or this relation. So here also I have final velocity, no? Here also I have final velocity, no? Okay, namaskaram. Vinali careful ga. So either you can use this velocity or this velocity. Are you able to understand? Out of these two, any equation you can use, because in both of them I have final velocity, no? So let us take first equation. So v is equals to u plus at. V means vy, no? Final velocity along y axis. And what is the initial velocity along y axis? U sine theta. Where is that? I have not split up. So this initial velocity u, I can split into two components, no? U cos theta and u sine theta. What is this u cos theta? Ux. What is this u sine theta? Uy. Initial velocity along y axis. Are you able to understand? So instead of u, what I have to write, ma? U sine theta. Minus, instead of a, g. A is always minus g, no, ma? And what is the time taken? I don't know. T. Fine. So this is the final velocity along x-axis, and this is the final velocity along y-axis. After how much time? After a time of t seconds. Are you able to understand? Okay. So therefore, now this one and this one, I am supposed to substitute in this relation, no? So substitute this one and this one here, and see what is the answer you will get. Clear? So now this is my first equation, this is my second equation, substitute both of them here. Okay, ma? So therefore, let us see. That's the answer. Okay, ma? So v is equal to square root of vx square plus vy square. This is the relation, no, ma? Now substitute. V is equal to square root of vx is always a constant, ma, which is u cos theta whole square, plus vy. What is the final velocity? U sin theta minus gt whole square. Clear, no, ma? So therefore v is equal to square root of, so u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta minus 2u gt sin theta plus g square t square. This is what I will get, no? So this is of the form of a minus b whole square. So u square sin square theta plus g square t square minus 2u gt sin theta. We know a minus b whole square formula, no? A square plus b square minus 2a. Clear, no? Now if you take this one and this one, here sin square theta plus cos square theta, it is a constant, no? So therefore if you take u square common, then I will get sin square theta plus cos square theta, and I am left with what? Minus 2u gt sin theta plus g square t square. Clear, no? Therefore what I write? I will write v is equal to square root of sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1, no, according to trigonometry. So therefore v square plus g square t square minus 2u gt sin theta. So this is the equation to calculate what? To calculate velocity of projectile at any instant of time. Here t means instant of time, no, ma? So if I know initial velocity and if I know time, then definitely I can calculate velocity of projectile at any instant of time. After 2 seconds means just you substitute t value 2. After 4 seconds means just you substitute t value 4. Like this you can do the calculation. Let us do one problem. Okay, ma? So a body is thrown with a velocity of, of 2 meter per second at theta is equal to 37 degrees. So let it be 10 meter per second, ma, at an angle of 37 degrees. Find velocity of body. Find velocity of body after 5 seconds. No, after 5 seconds, no, after 1 second. Okay, ma? Come on. How can you do this problem? Body is thrown with how much initial velocity, ma? 10 meter. At what angle? 37 degrees. What you are supposed to calculate? velocity of the body after how many seconds? After 1 second. Okay. Which relation can you use? This relation. This is the velocity at any instant of time, no? Just use that relation. Okay, ma? So see what is the answer you will get. Completed, ma, this one? Alright. Okay, ma? So therefore, the equation which we have to use is V is equal to square root of u square plus g square t square minus 2u gt sin theta. Clear, na? V is equal to square root of initial velocity is how much? 10 square plus g value is 10 square, time taken is 1 square minus 2 into 10 into 10 into time taken is 1. Sin 37 value how much, ma? Sin 37 value is 3 by 5. So 5 1s are 5 2s are. Clear, na? So u is equal to square root of 200 minus 2u gt. No need of another u here. So minus 2 into 10 into 2 into 3. Clear, na? That's all, no? So therefore u is equal to root 200 minus, so how much, ma? 4 3s are 12, 120. So root 80 meter per second. Clear, na? Root 80 means approximately 9. 9 9s are 81, no? Approximately 9. So we are throwing it with the velocity of 10, but after 1 second, what is the velocity of the body? Approximately 9 meter per second. It means velocity has slightly reduced, no? That is my answer. So by this method, you can calculate velocity of projectile after any instant of time. Fine? That's it. So next concept is body thrown at an angle theta with respect to vertical line. Clear? What is the meaning of this one? Let us try to understand. See, ma'am. So until now we have studied if this is the x-axis and if this is the y-axis, body is thrown like this with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta. This is what we have studied now. Angle we have taken with respect to what? Angle we have taken with respect to x-axis. Okay. Then in this condition, what is the equation of time of flight we have written? 2u sin theta divided by g, equation for time of flight. Clear, no? Then we have written equation for range. So range is equals to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Clear, no? Then we have equation for h max, maximum height reached by the projectile, which is u square sin square theta divided by 2g. Then also we have written an equation for velocity at any instant of time. V is equals to square root of u square plus g square t square minus 2u gt sin theta. So all these equations we have written now. Are you able to understand? But in some conditions, what he will do is, instead of giving this angle theta, he will give this angle theta. Okay, ma? So sometimes question were asked like this also in the previous NEET and IIT examinations. Clear, na? Instead of giving angle with respect to horizontal, he will give angle with respect to vertical. Okay? ఎంత టైం ఎందుకు లేట్ రేపటి నుంచి స్కేల్ పట్టుకొని నిలబడతాను ఇక్కడ కొట్టేసిందా వెరీ గుడ్ ఓకే సో సి సో instead of giving angle with respect to horizontal, if angle with respect to vertical is given, then can I use the same equations or not? ఇవే ఈక్వేషన్స్ మనం వాడుకోవచ్చా లేదా? సేమ్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ కెన్ వి యూస్, కాంట్ వి యూస్? చెప్పండి. యూజ్ చేయలేదు ఎందుకలా? So all these are the equations when angle is taken, this angle number, when angle is taken with respect to horizontal. Clear number? But now what is the horizontal angle? 90 minus theta. Total angle is 90 degrees number. This total angle is 90 degrees. So if this angle is theta, what is this angle? 90 minus theta. Clear now? So therefore wherever you find the theta, instead of theta what you are supposed to write down? You are supposed to write down 90 minus theta. Clear now? So what about this equation? So t is equals to 2u sin theta by g. So t is equals to 2u sin, instead of theta, 90 minus theta divided by g. This is the equation which I have to write now. And sin 90 minus theta, cos theta, clear? So therefore it is equals to 2u cos theta divided by g. This is my equation. In which condition? When I am throwing the body with respect to angle theta, with respect to vertical, not horizontal. Understood now? Okay. Similarly, we will discuss about this one later. Now what about this one, H max? Can you say what is the equation I will get, ma? Come on. U square cos square theta divided by 2g. Why I will get cos square theta? Because again instead of theta, I have to substitute 90 minus theta, no? So sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. So here I have a square norma. So therefore I will write cos square theta. So therefore it will become u square cos square theta divided by 2g. This is the equation. Now what about this equation? This is the equation for velocity at any instant of time. Clear norma? After throwing the body, what is the velocity after 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds? I can use this relation. So this equation will change. How it will change? Come on, chappan twaraga. Again same concept. Again instead of sin theta I have to write sin 90 minus theta. Sin 90 minus theta is equals to cos theta. So therefore what is the equation I will get? V is equals to square root of, so u square plus g square t square minus 2u gt cos theta. That is the relation. Are you able to understand now? Okay. Now what about this equation? This equation also, will it change into cos 2 theta? No. Why? So range remains the same for theta and 90 minus theta. Already we discussed, no? Yesterday only we discussed, no, whether you throw a body at 10 degrees or 80 degrees, 20 degrees or 70 degrees, range always remains same. So therefore if you are throwing the body at theta or 90 minus theta, range will never change. So the equation of range remains to be same only. Are you able to understand? And if you want a mathematical proof, how can I write mathematically? See now. So u square sin 2 theta formula. Sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. So 2 sin theta cos theta divided by g. That's all now. Now instead of sin theta, sin 90 minus theta. Again instead of cos theta, cos 90 minus theta. Again I will get the same answer. No? Sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. Again I will get the same answer. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I say, range does not change. Whatever may be the angle given with respect to horizontal or with respect to vertical, range is never going to change. Remaining all the values will change. Sin theta converts into cos theta converts into sin theta. Clear ba? Come on, make a note up to here. So the next concept which we are studying is equation of trajectory. So what is meant by equation of trajectory? So this gives a relation. This gives a relation between displacements of particles, displacement of a particle along x and y axis. Clear now? This equation should be independent of time. This equation should be independent of time. Okay, ma'am? So this relation we can call it as equation of trajectory. So what do you understand here? So it gives a relation between displacement of particle along x-axis and y-axis. For example, if a particle is moving along x-axis, it is also moving along y-axis also. So I want to write a relation between x and y. It means how x is changing with respect to y, or how y is changing with respect to x. So the relation between x and y is nothing but equation of trajectory. Clear now? So in this equation of trajectory, what should not be present? Time should not be present. Time should be absent. Okay. For example, I will take a small example. See, for example, along x-axis, a particle is moving according to x is equals to a sin omega t. This is the equation of a simple harmonic motion. Are you able to understand? No? Along x-axis, body is following which kind of path? It is tracing a sinusoidal path. Clear? Ma? You have a sine function. No? Sine function indicates that particle will be traveling like this. Are you able to understand? No? This is called a sinusoidal function. So along x-axis, particle is traveling according to this relation. Clear? No? Same particle, it is traveling along y-axis according to which relation? According to a cos omega t relation. And what is the function of a cos omega t? This will be the function of a cos omega t. Okay, ma? So, same particle, it is traveling along x-axis according to this relation, and it is traveling along y-axis according to this relation. Then how can you write the equation of trajectory of this particle? What is meant by equation of trajectory? Equation of trajectory means what? So there should be a relation between x and y, but that should be independent of time. Time should not be present. How can you write? Can you say anybody? So I want to write a relation between x and y, but in that equation, time should not be present. How can I do it? Why you have to use that one? Time? By using these equations only, you have to derive equation of trajectory. See, if I divide both of them, x by y, then I will get a get cancelled, no? Sin omega t by cos omega t. Again I got t, no? Again in the equations t is there. But in the equation, t should be absent. Why you are using equation of kinematics? This is not an accelerated motion, this is not an uniform motion, this is simple harmonic motion. Clear number? See here what I have, sin omega t, here I have cos omega t, sin square theta plus cos square theta, 1. So why don't you square them and add them? If you square them and add them, then sin square omega t plus cos square omega t will become 1 now. That's it, very simple. Clear no? So therefore what I do is, I will take x square. X square is equals to a square sin square omega t, no? Clear number? Similarly, y square is equals to a square cos square omega t. Now add both of them. So x square plus y square is equals to a square. If I take common, then it is sin square omega t plus cos square omega t. Are you able to understand? No? Sin square omega t plus cos square omega t is 1 according to trigonometry. So therefore, what is the final answer I got? X square plus y square is equals to a square. So this equation is called as equation of trajectory for this condition. Are you able to understand? Now similarly, I have to write equation of trajectory for parabolic motion also. Are you able to understand? Come on, first make a note up to here. Okay, ma? So then I will write equation of trajectory for which motion, ma? For projectile motion. Okay. For this projectile motion, what is meant by projectile motion, ma? So from here, I am throwing a body with an initial velocity of u at an angle of theta. Are you able to understand? For this motion, I want to write a relation between x and y. It means how particle is traveling along x-axis, how particle is traveling along y-axis. I want to derive a relation between both of them. Are you able to understand? Okay. So, see, my projectile motion is a two-dimensional motion. No? Body always travels along x-axis and y-axis at the same time. Clear now? It is traveling along x-axis also. Similarly, it is traveling along y-axis also. It is traveling along both motions. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what I will do, just how we have done previously. So this initial velocity u, I will split into two components. So u cos theta and this one is u sin theta. Are you able to understand? Now see, how can I write equation along x-axis? Along x-axis, how can I write the equation? Can you see? Along x-axis, motion is what kind of motion in projectile? Uniform motion. Then what is the equation of uniform motion? Displacement is equal to velocity into time. That's all, Rama. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. So displacement means I can write x, no, along x-axis. Velocity means which velocity? U cos theta. Why I am taking u cos theta? Because that is the velocity along x-axis. This is the velocity along x-axis, no? So take u cos theta. And at any time, let it be t. Clear, no? It means with this velocity, body will travel a distance of x after a time of t. That is the meaning of that one, no? So this is my first equation. Clear, no? Then I will take y-axis. Along y-axis, how many equations I can use? 4 equations I can use. Why I am using 4 equations? Because along y-axis, motion is what kind of motion? Non-uniform motion. Continuously velocity of the body is changing, no more. When it is moving upwards, what is happening to velocity? Decreasing. When it is coming downwards, velocity is again increasing. So therefore, any of the 4 equations we can use. I will use the relation s is equals to ut plus half at square. Because I want that equation in which a time is also present, displacement is also present. Clear now? So instead of s, I can write y, no? Y, motion along y-axis. Initial velocity along y-axis, u sin theta. So u sin theta multiplied by t. A is always minus g, no? So minus half g t square. Correct? No? So this is my second equation. So this is the motion of the particle along x-axis, and this is the motion of the particle along y-axis. Now by using these two relations, how can I derive equation of trajectory? Can you say anybody? By using equation number 1 and equation number 2, how can I derive equation of trajectory? Equation of trajectory means what? In this equation, time should be absent. Time should not. Very good, that's all. We can use that method now. See here, in the first equation what I have, I have x is equal to u cos theta into t, no? From this you will get t value, no? Take this t value, substitute here. Then t will be absent, no? Are you able to understand? So therefore, from equation number 1, t is equals to x divided by u cos theta. That's all, no? Let it be equation number 3. So what I do, just to substitute 3 in 2. Clear now? Therefore what I will get, y is equals to u sin theta into t. T is how much? X divided by u cos theta. Minus, again t is there, t already I have substituted, no? So minus half g. Now again instead of t square, what I have to write? X square divided by u square cos square theta. That's all, no? Wherever you are getting t, you are substituting x by u cos theta. That's all. Clear? Now see what you will get. So u and u get cancelled. Sin theta by cos theta, tan theta. So y is equals to x tan theta minus. So gx square divided by 2u square cos square theta. So this is the equation to calculate equation of trajectory for the case of a parabolic motion. Are you able to understand now? So now if you see this relation, it is in the form of y is equals to ax minus bx square. It is of this form, no? Y is equals to ax minus bx square. Above equation, is it present in this format or not? Definitely it is present, no? So x, a means tan theta. So here I have x square. B, what is meant by b here? G by 2u square cos square theta. Understood now? And this is the equation of a parabolic path. This is the equation of which kind of motion? Equation of a parabola. So that is why I can say any body thrown at an angle of theta with respect to ground, it always traces what kind of path, ma? It always traces a parabolic path. Clear now? Because when I derived the equation of this trajectory, the shape which I got is shape of a parabola. This is the equation of a parabola. So therefore definitely I can say body thrown at an angle of other than 90 degrees always traces parabolic path. Clear now? Come on, make a note up to here. So the above equation is the equation of parabola. Is the equation of a parabola. Okay, ma? Therefore, any body thrown at an angle of theta with other than 90 degrees always traces a parabolic path at an angle of theta. Now I am throwing a projectile from top of a tower. Horizontally I am throwing this body. Clear, ma? It means I have gone to height of a building. Then from there I have thrown a stone horizontally. Horizontally means how much angle it is making? 0 angle. With respect to ground it is making 0 degrees. Are you able to understand, ma? Now in this condition, can you say how this body will travel? So if I throw like this, will it go like this? Continuously going like this and striking another planet. So what will happen? It will also trace a parabolic path. Clear, Nama? So it comes like this and it falls to the ground somewhere here. Are you able to understand? So this is what is happening. Okay. Now this is also two-dimensional motion only, Nama. It is traveling along x-axis also. Similarly, it has come downwards also. No? So it is also a two-dimensional motion. Okay. Now in this condition, how can you write equations along x-axis and how can you write equations along y-axis? Can you say, anybody? First of all, can you say what is the equation I have to write along x-axis? S is equal to displacement into time. Okay. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Okay. So along x-axis, you are saying that we have to use the relation displacement is equal to velocity into time. Why I have to use this relation? Because along x-axis, motion is always uniform. Along x-axis, motion is always uniform, whether body is thrown from the ground or whether body is thrown horizontally. Whatever it may be, if body is traveling in horizontal direction, gravitational force is acting in downwards direction. No? So work done by gravitational force will be 0. So therefore horizontal velocity of the body will never change. So along x-axis, again motion is what kind of motion? Uniform motion. And for uniform motion, which is the equation I have to use, displacement is equal to velocity into time. Same equation. Clear, Nama? Okay. Now instead of s, I can write x, no? X. Velocity, no? U. See, here you need not to split this velocity into two components. Why? You should not split this velocity into two components because it is already present along x-axis. Initial velocity is having initial direction in which direction? Along x-axis. So you need not split this one again into two components. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what is the initial velocity of this particle? Initial velocity I will write is u only along x-axis. Because see, what is the direction of initial velocity along x-axis only? No? So the initial velocity along x-axis will be u itself. Then after a time of t, so this is the equation which I have to use along x-axis. Clear? Now along y-axis, how many equations I can use? 4 equations, because along y-axis continuously velocity of the body increases. No? So initially, what will be the velocity along y-axis? Initial velocity along y-axis will be how much? 0. Why it is 0? Because when I have thrown the body has velocity only along x-axis. Along y-axis, is there any velocity? We have thrown the body in which direction? X direction. Y direction lo velocity anta? There is no velocity. Are you able to understand, ma? In y direction, body does not have any velocity. So therefore, initial velocity along y-axis is how much? 0. అర్థమవుతుందా కండిషన్? When you have throw చేసినప్పుడు ఏ డైరెక్షన్లో త్రో చేసాం మనము? x డైరెక్షన్లో. y డైరెక్షన్లో ఏమైనా వెలాసిటీ ఉందా? లేదు. సో ఇనీషియల్ వెలాసిటీ along y-axis is 0. So then how many equations I can use? Motion along y-axis is always accelerated motion, no? So therefore I can use the relation v is equals to u plus at. I can use the relation s is equal to ut plus half at square. I can use the relation v square minus u square is equals to 2as. I can use the relation sn is equals to u plus a into n minus 1 by 2. All these relations I can use. Clear, Nama? But in all these relations, u value will be 0. Initial velocity along y-axis will be 0 because when I have thrown the body, velocity is only along x-axis. Along y-axis, there is no velocity. Are you able to understand? So So therefore same relation how I can write? I can write Vy is equals to 0 minus gt. I can write like this number. V means what? Final velocity along which axis? Y axis. Initial velocity along y axis? 0. A is always minus g. Time is t only. Clear no? This is my first equation. Second equation how I can write? Second equation I can write, instead of s I can write h, or you can write y also. So y is equals to, again initial velocity is 0 no? So 0 minus half g t square. This is how I can write. Clear number? Or when as body is coming downwards, you can write negative height also, minus y. Because this is the point of projection number, and this becomes my reference. From the reference, body is coming downwards, no? So therefore negative height it is covering. So minus y is equals to minus half gt square. Clear? Then v square, final velocity, vy square, minus initial velocity along y axis, 0. So this is equals to 2 into minus g into minus h. Clear number? Minus h, or you can write minus y also. Clear? So a is always minus g, no? And body is coming downwards, no? Body is coming downwards from the reference. So when it is coming downwards, height should be negative. So minus. Are you able to understand? Then Sn. What is Sn? Displacement of the body in 1 second. Displacement in 1 particular second. This equation how I can write? Yn. Displacement of the particle along y axis. This is equals to initial velocity, 0. Acceleration, minus g multiplied by n minus 1 by 2. This relation I can write. Okay, man? So yn, because it is coming downwards, you can take yn to be negative also. Fine? So this is how I can write the equations in the case of body thrown horizontally from top of a tower. Are you able to understand, man? So what is the initial velocity which I have thrown? U. And this is the initial velocity along x-axis. Initial velocity along y-axis is how much? 0. There is no velocity. Are you able to understand? Okay. Similarly, we will do some more calculations. Now, for example, how can I calculate time of flight? Time of flight. Okay. What is meant by time of flight? Total time taken for the body to reach the ground, or total time for which body is present in air. That is called time of flight, no? So in this condition, how can I calculate time of flight? Definitely I cannot use the relation t is equals to 2u sin theta by g, no? That relation I cannot use. So here, how can I calculate time of flight? Chappan. Height of the tower is h. Initial velocity of the body is u along x-axis. Then how can I calculate time of flight? Time taken for the body to reach the ground. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So S is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. Yes, instead of S, what I can write? Minus h. Very good. Why minus h? Because body is thrown from here, no, this becomes my reference. Clear, no? And from the reference, body has come downwards by how much height? H height. See, if I write this equation, it means this is the equation along y-axis, no? These are the equations along y-axis. Okay? So you have to take displacement also along y-axis only. But if I write this equation, this is the equation along x-axis. But I am taking equation along y-axis. Are you able to understand? Minus h. Initial velocity along y-axis, 0. Minus half g, time taken, that's what I want to calculate. So t square. That's all number. Capital T indicates time of flight. Okay. So minus minus will get cancelled. So therefore t is equals to square root of 2h divided by g. So this is my equation to calculate time of flight when body is projected horizontally from top of a tower. Are you able to understand, ma? So t is equals to root 2h divided by g. This is the relation. So by using which equation I have calculated this one? By just taking the equation of kinematics along x-axis, along y-axis. Clear too? Okay. Now by using similarly, how can I calculate range of the projectile? range of the projectile. What is meant by range? Horizontal distance covered. So this total distance is called as range of the projectile, Nama. Clear, no? So this range, how can I calculate? You want to use which relation? You want to use this one. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Enduku? Because it is traveling along x-axis, Nama. Range means horizontal distance only, no? You take equation of horizontal motion. Okay? So displacement is equals to velocity into time. Clear, no? Instead of displacement, I can write r, no? R means range, horizontal distance. Velocity, u. Because along x-axis, velocity is u only, no? U. Time taken? Time taken already we have calculated, no? Root 2h by g, capital T. So r is equals to u into root 2h divided by g. So this is the equation to calculate range of the projectile in horizontally thrown bodies. Is it clear, no? Okay. Similarly, I want to calculate equation of trajectory also. Equation of trajectory. Okay. So can you say how can I calculate equation of trajectory? Come on. What is meant by equation of trajectory? Relation between x and y, which should be absent. Time should be absent. So write one. You can write one equation along x-axis. In that one, time should be there. Write one equation along y-axis. In that also, time should be there. But in the final equation, time should not be there. Understood? So write down. Along x-axis, which equation I can use? Along x-axis, I can use the relation. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. That's all, no? So displacement is x, velocity is u, time taken let it be t. This is my first equation. Are you able to understand? Clear, no? Similarly, along y-axis also I can write one equation. No? Along y-axis, which relation shall I use? I think I better use this relation, no? Minus y is equals to minus half gt square. So I will use y is equal to half gt square. Because in this equation y is also present, time is also present. Clear, no? So therefore I will use which relation? Y is equals to half gt square. Clear, no? Now I got two equations. Now how can I proceed in this problem? Chappali tvaraga. T is equals to x by u. So take this t, substitute here. That's all, no? So y is equals to half g. Instead of t, what I can write instead of t? X by u whole square. Clear, no? So therefore, what is the equation of trajectory? Where shall I write? This one completed, ma? Or I will write here. Okay, ma? So the equation of trajectory is how much? So y is equals to half gx square divided by u square. So this is the equation of trajectory for which condition? When body is thrown from top of a tower horizontally. Fine, ma? That's it. Make a note of this one. Minus y cancel. Okay, come on.